Welcome to Civil Engineering for Learners. By Dr.K.Aravinthan. Waste Management. Environmental effects of landfill. The environmental effects of a landfill include wind-blown litter and dust, noise, obnoxious odor, vermin and insects attracted by the waste, surface runoff, and anesthetic conditions. Gas and leachate problems also arise during the operation phase and require significant environmental controls. Wind-blown litter and dust are continuous problems of the ongoing landfill operation and a nuisance to the neighborhood. Covering the waste cells with soil and spraying water on dirt roads and waste in dry periods, in combination with fencing and movable screens, may minimize the problem of wind-blown litter and dust. However, note that the problem will remain at the tipping front of the landfill. 2. Movement of waste collection vehicles, emptying of wastes from them, compactors, earth-moving equipment, etc., produce noise. Improving the technical capability of the equipment, surrounding the fill area with soil embankments and plantations, limiting the working hours, and appropriately training the workforce will help minimize noise pollution. 3. Birds, example, scavengers, vermin, insects and animals are attracted to the landfill for feeding and breeding. Since many of these may act as disease vectors, their presence is a potential health problem. 4. Surface runoff, which has been in contact with the landfilled waste, may be a problem in areas of intense rainfall. If not controlled, heavily polluted runoff may enter directly into creeks and streams. Careful design and maintenance of surface drains and ditches, together with a final soil cover on completed landfill sections, can help eliminate this problem. An operating landfill, where equipment and waste are exposed, appears anesthetic. This problem may be reduced by careful design of screening soil embankments, plantings, rapid covering and revegetation of filled sections. 6. Gas released, as a result of degradation or volatilization of waste components, causes odor, flammability, health problems and damage to the vegetation, due to oxygen depletion in the root zone. The measures to control this include liners, soil covers, passive venting or active extraction of gas for treatment before discharge into the atmosphere. 7. Polluted leachate appears shortly after disposal of the waste. This may cause groundwater pollution and pollution of streams through subsurface migration. Liners, drainage collection, treatment of leachate, and groundwater and downstream water quality monitoring are necessary to control this problem. Incidental events such as flooding, fires, landslides, and earthquakes result in severe environmental impacts and may require preventive measures with respect to landfill site selection, design, and operation. Regulations for landfills. Regulations include restrictions on distances from airports, floodplains, and fault areas, as well as limitations on construction in wetlands and others. Prevention of contamination of groundwater and land resources requires synthetic liner. Adequate buffer with restricted activities around the landfill. Landfill operation issues. Once a potential site has been identified/selected, an assessment of design aspects, including costs for civil works, begins. Important issues to be looked into in this regard are: land requirements, types of wastes that are handled, evaluation of seepage potential, design of drainage and seepage control facilities, development of a general operation plan, design of solid waste filling plan and determination of equipment requirements. Design and construction. 1. Site infrastructure. The size, type, and number of buildings required at a landfill depend on factors such as the level of waste input, the expected life of the site, and environmental factors. Paying some attention to the appearance of the site entrance is necessary, as it influences the perception of the public about the landfill site. All landfill sites need to control and keep records of vehicles entering and leaving the site and have a weighbridge to record waste input data, which can be analyzed by a site control office. 2. Earthworks. Various features of landfill operations may require substantial earthworks. Material may also have to be placed in stockpiles for later use at the site. The cell method of operation requires the construction of cell walls. At some sites, it may be necessary to construct earth banks around the site perimeter to screen the landfill operations from the public. Trees or shrubs may then be planted on the banks to enhance the screening effect. 3. Lining landfill sites. A layer of similar fine-grained material with a thickness of 25 to 30 centimeters should also be laid above the liner to protect it from subsequent mechanical and environmental damage. During the early phase of operation, particular care should be taken to ensure that the traffic does not damage the liner. Monitoring the quality of groundwater close to the site is necessary to get feedback on the performance of a liner. 4. Leachate and landfill gas management. The basic elements of the leachate collection system, drain pipes, drainage layers, collection pipes, sumps, etc., must be installed immediately above the liner. Before any waste is deposited, landfill gas is not extracted before completion, which includes the construction of the final cover of the waste body. Extraction wells, diameter 0.3 to 1.0 m, may be constructed during or after the operation. Landfill capping. Capping is required to control and minimize leachate generation by minimizing water ingress into the landfill and facilitate landfill gas control or collection by installing a low permeability cap over the whole site. A cap may consist of natural, example clay, or synthetic, example polyethylene, material with a thickness of at least 1 m. For the cap to remain effective, it must be protected from agricultural machinery, drying and cracking, plant root penetration, burrowing animals, and erosion. Thank you. Happy learning. See you again.